on, it's Slam, and
My
welcome
whole
to the
family
jam.
thinks I'm gay. What do they know anyway? Something about the way that I walk makes them think I like boys.
At first I thought you were doing the background thing to Slam Jam. Then I was like, no, that doesn't sound like that.
No,
and then
dude.
it sounded like the day the music died. What was it? American Pie.
American Pie.
Hold on, let me turn down my volume a little bit.
Yeah, you do that.
I gotta do the thing where I go to this, and I'm like,
There's like a whole bunch of
I can hear
volume
you.
balancing.
Did I do it?
I think you did. It looks done to me.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, no,
So now
my
I can-
phone is
All right,
making
you hit your
noise.
button.
Well, it's already on mine though, isn't it? I don't know. Well,
All right. That way I can hear your voice in the room, and doesn't it get like jarring when you can hear me like twice with like a slight delay?
it does, but I'm willing to tolerate it if I have to.
You don't have to though. You can hit the. Oh right.
I
'Cause
know.
I think if you do mute it, then we're actually. That's gonna drive me nuts. But at least we're working together.
Yeah.
I like your glasses. You got new glasses?
No, these I've had these for a while, but they're I was going for like a sort of pixely gamer type thing.
They look sturdy. I like them.
They're very nice. They're actually not that different from my shades because they're not like the traditional glasses. They're like more of they're kind of like safety glasses, but like yeah, they're
that should keep your eyes
really cool.
safe.
It's very sturdy.
Oh.
Although I had to. That was the second pair I wound up getting. I wound up having to trade in the first pair for them because they had like a bunch of cool decorations on them and shit, and they looked awesome. But like working out in the sun and sweating a lot, it was like destroying the glue and breaking it apart. So I'd like trade them in for this set.
All right. You're probably gonna need these.
Probably. Is that you way over there?
I like that guy. There's a lot of like early 2000s like gags that.
Yeah, where they would like take their glasses off and like hold them further in front of them as if to be like, "Is that you over there?"
Oh, that was something I saw in. That was
in Jimmy Neutron, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was in Jimmy Neutron, but it was because they had just all been like aged, and so they're not used to like their new aged eyes, and it's like, is that you way over there?
Yeah.
All right, so
hi,
we're back.
I'm
This is
Blue
Phoenix
Jay.
Wright, Ace Attorney.
This
I'm
is Penis
Taylor.
Wright, Ace Turdy, and
No.
that's the.
We keep it classy on this channel.
Penis Wright, Ace Attorney.
We keep it to the classic formula of World Doctor's early SpongeBob jokes, references to "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared,"
References to things that a lot of people probably don't know about.
and
Or if they
obscure
did, it's
DC
only
villains.
secondhand. Obscure DC. There's Paste Pop Pete.
Hold
You
on,
remember
were
Paste Pop
were
Pete?
were we on mic when we were talking about Blockbuster?
Yeah, from DC and from Marvel, and
I
also
love
from
that.
Fables.
A moment where it's like, where it was like, really, you don't remember Blockbuster,
Yeah,
the big
yeah.
gray guy? No. What chapter was he in?
And you were like,
That's fair enough.
thing
I
is.
just remember him being there at some point or another.
Oh, God, can you not
All right.
scowl at me like a disappointed mother, please? You're making me very sad.
It's very serious right now. I'm gonna pronounce the ellipses as serious as I can.
Good job.
I don't know, Phoenix. You're the one with the law degree. Actually, he also has a law degree, but it is funny that it's just like.
Well, I mean, technically not anymore because she's dead.
I mean, can a ghost hold a law degree? Hold on, the judge checks out the rule book. All right, let me see. Rule 25, no doing this in court. Rule 26, ghosts are allowed. All right.
All right, carry on. Donk,
There
big
was a
gavel.
gag like that in Weird Bear Bears, and the bears wanted to play basketball with a bunch of humans. And they're like, wait, can bears play basketball? Hold on, let me check the rule book. Rule 1, have fun. Rule 2, bears are allowed.
What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi.
I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong.
Mia? Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have?
Man, if only we could talk to what's his name? The
The
guy who died.
What?
Imagine how simple this would be if we could talk to the guy who died.
Why aren't we just doing that? Why
Uh,
isn't Maya just summoning the ghost
My
of
guess
the
is
dead
that it's a
person?
lot easier to transmit someone that like you've known for a decent amount of time and also has some kind of like bloodline link.
They also got like the same powers, so...
Right.
Although Mia never
It's like that-
used hers.
It's like the double psychic thing, where if someone's a little bit telepathic and you're a little bit telepathic, maybe if you try real hard, you can hear each other.
Oh man, you remember Dragon Ball GT?
No, tell me more.
Well,
That's the one with the cars in it, right?
It's the one that everybody hates. It's got
that's the one with
Giru,
the-
and it's the one
Wait,
with the
no,
Super
that's the
Saiyan
one with
4.
the motorcycles? No, that was
Are you
after the
talking
time
about
skip where they get like a darker uniform, right?
just cross over a bunch of different anime sequels.
Hold on, wait, that's where they tone down the fantasy elements and then they have guns, I think?
Are you talking about Gun Gale?
I might be.
You know what's weird? Gun Gale was the only arc I thought was even a little interesting, but it's also like where I stopped. I never got through Gun Gale. I guess I
really
just
need to go back and check out the Sword Art Online Abridged because it was remarkably good. Like the way now for those at home.
Oh wait a
who
minute!
have-
Fuck! I was trying to say something and you got me all sidetracked.
Yeah,
I was talking about Dragon Ball GT.
yeah. Dragon
So
Ball.
you were
Dragon
talking
Ball
about
GT.
like the
Does that stand
psychic
for
thing.
like Dragon Ball Gran Turismo?
Man, I don't fucking know. They didn't know what they were doing at the time. Toriyama wasn't involved in any of it.
What do you think it would have stood for then? Like if you had to translate it.
Get trucked.
Dragon Ball Grandpa Trunks.
No, okay, but there's this bit where like Goku, as a kid, because he's in his kid form, which I thought was kind of a neat idea, but like looking back in it, I'm like, nah, it's kind of stupid.
Is that kind of like a soft reboot, or is that like a transformation thing?
It was like a transformation thing. That's a whole other story for another day. But basically, it's like Goku and Piccolo is like dead at this point, and he's like in HFIL, which is hell, but you know, like in the
Home for
kid
Infinite
version, it's-
Losers.
yeah, Home for Infinite Losers. And it was in the Super 17 arc, I think. And basically they needed to like open up the gate between HFIL and Earth
All right.
for some reason.
And then the Doom guy shows up and he's like, "I'm gonna be real with you, Chief." No.
No, Doom Guy shows up and he just like looks at them intently through his visor, but they don't know they're
Metal
looking at him
music
intensely.
stops.
And then he just kind of like turns and goes about shooting things.
Heavy metal music stops.
But yeah, so basically the way they do it is like by connecting their key. They like shoot their key across, but they have to do it at like the same wavelength at a certain point of between Earth and HFIL. And it's weird. And that's what you made me think of with the whole double psychic thing.
You know, I thought that was going to be a much more elaborate story, but I'm glad that you kept it
it's
short
really not.
and very plum-like.
Yeah, I mean it's just, they wanted to open up a portal. That's how they did it.
Side story, I like plums. No further questions. Right. So, right, we got, hold on. Don't get me wrong. I never given up on a trial before. Not when there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. People in the trailer could not have gone to Studio One. I thought there was more to it than that.
Well,
But I was wrong. That's all there is.
what's going to happen to me? It kind of seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer.
Don't worry, man. Oh, I thought the music cut out. That was just my end. Don't worry, Mr. Powers.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
If you're innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it.
You're gonna like the verdict you get.
You're gonna like the verdict.
Guarantee it.
I guarantee it.
Mia's warehouse.
I love the
Mia's
version of that meme
Lawhouse.
that's just random other things. So it's just a Joseph A. Bank guy, and he's just like, I'm gonna take a dump when I get home. I guarantee it.
I'm gonna like this game I play. I guarantee it. But today's gone. I'm gonna like these zombies. They guarantee it.
The meme doesn't have that much legs to it. It's decent. You know, just have a little popcorn like that. Leave it to us.
You're gonna like the way it tastes. I guarantee it.
Be yourself. Be strong. Bro, what if your microwave... You know how, like, when you put things in the fridge or the freezer, if your fridge has, like, a weird, like, stank in it, then it gets on your food? What if your microwave had a weird smell, and this whole time, like, your popcorn, it tastes slightly more like popcorn because you popped popcorn in the microwave?
I'm not really a popcorn eater.
Really? Oh, right. No, only Beth has the popcorn, I guess.
Yeah. Like, sometimes I'll eat it, but only if it's, like, seasoned right. Which, I like the way my sister seasons it, because she just, like, throws, like, a bunch of seasonings on it, and, like, lemon pepper and stuff, and I'm just
really,
like,
yeah, you make popcorn, and then you punch it up, I guess.
Yeah.
I like, as per expected, I like very bland popcorn, just, like, the popped corn, a little butter. I mean, if it's out of the bag thing, then it's already got the butter, and if it's like homemade, you kind of like put some on there, a little salt.
You're a very bland person.
Good stuff.
It's fuck, what's his name?
Orville Redenbacher.
Was it Matthew? Was it Matthew Bland or was it Nathan Bland? Fuck, what was his name, dude? Go to your phone real quick and look up Red Lion from DC Comics.
All right.
His last name is Bland, but I can't remember what his first name is. I was gonna make a joke about it, about you being him because you're bland, but I can't remember what his first name is, and it's driving me crazy. Matthew! They should call you Matthew Bland, because you're bland as...
Hold on.
He's basically Black Panther, but like a jerk. He even rolls over like his own African country, Barramudia or something.
You know, I don't. Let me put it this way: I don't trust the ruler of an African country whose name is Matthew Bland. My immediate thought is, where did they import you from? Matthew Bland.
Yeah, that is a very
I'm calling a ban on all import, export, and production of spices in this country. But sir, this is where spices come from. Like, a bunch of them.
Yeah, Matthew Bland is a weirdly not African name for like an African
really
is. Although a lot of times he refers to himself as Jazaki, which is just like the Barramudia word for Red Lion.
Oh, and his name's Red Lion, because
he's the DC Black Panther.
Oh, that's...
Only like terrible.
Except it's not like an homage. It's like a weird side version from my. I mean, as far as I can tell.
It's like how friggin' what's the good example?
I like when there's an homage, but it's like it's played straight in a way that like ends up working. Like technically, you could go all the way back to there was Deathstroke, and then Deadpool was a parody on that. But then you had Red Tool, which was a parody on Deadpool.
There's also a guy recently in Deathstroke called Death Mask. Although that name apparently already existed in the DC universe before that, which I was not aware of. But like, there was a dude using that name in Deathstroke that like was very Deadpool, and it just kind of disappeared. It was weird.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was just thinking about how so there was at one point there was a meeting an encounter between Deathstroke and Deadshot, and they argued over whose name was like original, I guess.
When was that?
Oh, I thought that was something that happened.
Oh, Well, no, I mean, there was a moment where they fought, but that was in the War of Jokes and Riddles. That's the confrontation that I know about.
Was either of them hired by the Joker or the Riddler?
Yeah, one was hired by Joker and one was hired by Riddler. The whole comic book was about Riddler and Joker
then
fighting with
Cluemaster
each
showed
other.
up, and no one was taking his clues because everyone was figuring out these riddles and listening to all these jokes. But why can't I would be okay
Wait,
if
is Cluemaster Stephanie Brown's dad?
I don't even.
I think it was. Stephanie Brown just shows up. She's like, "Why are you even here? No one takes you seriously."
You know, shout out to Alfred, who has to take care of the entire mansion, plus the Batcave, plus food for Bruce and Damien,
And rest in
occasionally
peace.
guests, and manages all the tech stuff, and patches up Bruce, and occasionally Damien, and fixes and repairs the cars probably.
Probably.
And on top of that, has to take care of Ace and the Bat Cow.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't the car get fixed by Lucas Fox though, or like someone in his department?
That would make sense, but you'd have to invite him over to do it, or you'd have to park your car with him.
Well, I think Batman and Lucas or Lucas is Batwing. Lucius is his dad. That is who I'm thinking of.
George Lucas, noted DC character.
George Lucas shows up in Lego Batman 3. Hey, now I'm here.
Dude, why? I feel like, dude, why wouldn't George Lucas just randomly show up in a Lego game?
Oh no.
Dude, oh man, I thought of something and then it made me sad. I just realized that we won't have any more Stan Lee cameos in anything.
Alfred is dead now.
Yeah, but I mean like Stan Lee as in like the real life.
Stan Lee is also dead, and that sucks.
And it's wild because it's like,
dude, that
I'm pretty sure they cut his I'm pretty sure they cut his guest scene in the Amazing Spider-Man like game, and I think they shouldn't have because it was actually like really sweet.
Dude, like his cameo in Spider-Verse, it like got me right in the heart. He's like, it always fits eventually.
Is this gonna fit? It always fits.
Eventually, and it's like
a metaphor, but then it just pans over and it just says no refunds.
Yeah,
that was
funny, but like also just a very nice thing to say.
It was great. You know what's kind of wild though? I think one of the last.
I don't think they're talking about you specifically. I think it's just a metaphor.
One of the last cameos that I'm pretty sure one of the last cameos he was in any movie was the Teen Titans Go movie, where he shows up even though it's a DC movie.
I don't
care if it's a DC movie. I just love cameos. And I was like, you do you, Stan.
Yeah,
if I was that level of like popular in like in comic book like lore, where I could just be in a movie in another production, yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, right. Anyway, read your line.
Leave it to us, and be yourself. Be strong.
Yeah, you cowardly lion.
You are the Steel Samurai. Children to hero everywhere, after all.
I think he's more a cowardly lion type character. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it!
Let's do it to it! I'm glad you stopped scowling. Every time you scowl, I get really sad. October 191115 AM District Kromnodda. I don't know what accent I was trying to go for there.
It was muddled.
A piece of carrots a piece.
Ah, I see you picked that up. There's also rhubarb.
Ooh, rhubarb.
Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers, in case any of y'all forgot the 15-minute break. The prosecution has a concern.
It's like a human version of Dory from Finding Nemo. She just walks in with like short-term memory loss. Who are we prosecuting again?
How did you get jury duty? You should definitely have a medical excuse to not be here.
Right?
We have a concern. There's clearly too much booty in the pants.
She got a big old onion booty, made the world cry.
You can't make the same joke. We have to make a different booty line
Yeah,
joke.
but see, the thing is, she's making everyone in the courtroom cry, which means that the trial isn't going the way that it needs to because everyone's too busy crying to come up with the right verdict. It's
We're having another
the
short
trial.
recess. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case.
Right.
I would like to use the YouTube policy of referring to all murders as bad endings.
Task Force X.
What?
Squad.
What?
I think I told you about that. It was like,
Unliving them.
yeah, I think I told you about that. It was like a Watchtower database. They were talking about.
No, you mentioned that last episode.
Like, oh yeah, we were talking about the Suicide Squad, the DC.
Yeah,
oh, wait a
no,
minute, we can't say Suicide Squad.
you said
it in the last episode.
No, there was a. I swear this was in a. This was in like a Spider-Man cartoon where Deadpool shows up and he's like, and this is a kid's cartoon, so let's just say that I'm good at unaliving people.
Oh yeah, that was in Ultimate Spider-Man, and the episode was called Ultimate Deadpool. We're gonna unalive them.
We worry that the defense is being skipped.
Oh, whoops! I thought you'd read it. Well,
I'm right next to you.
Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground.
However, we have no choice. He just flips the paper up in one frame.
Right.
The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand.
The defense calls my fist to your fist. He doesn't even. Can we get like a booster,
we gotta get
stand for him or something?
Your Honor, perhaps you. I was about to say, Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a milk crate or a box for him to stand on.
What was that?
Right, a milk crate.
What was that? What was that line from Lord of the Rings where he was like, "Should I get a box or something?" Or he was like, "Should I describe for you, or should I get a box?" It's like Legolas talking to Gimli. Gimli can't see what's happening because he's a dwarf.
No, I don't really remember that.
You don't remember that?
Keep going. Oh, right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do.
Hey,
Well.
Sport. I like your
Will
hat.
witness state his name and grade in school? I swear I lost my Edgeworth edge. It's not the same. Witness.
What? Just 'cause you're all grown up don't mean you can push me around.
I love that look he gets when he's like leaning on the counter thing and he looks all psychotic. Like he's about to kill someone.
Bruh, you finish this trial, you can go home to your complete collection of Steel Samurai cards. Like, we'll give you a donut on the way out. Just do this one thing, please.
Right?
We all want to go home.
Yeah, seriously, at this point. Man, we've been in and out of this courtroom like
Hold
so
on,
many times
Cody.
by now. What's that?
Just up against the mic. Cody.
Cody.
Answer his question, okay?
Cody, we have to tear apart the stripper camp.
Hey, Cody.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cody.
I gotta take, some rippers up the way. Hopefully, I can take him out.
Cody, we gotta burn this nest. There's an ambush camp up ahead.
Well, alright, Mia. You be safe out there. My little brother does that like so well. He does the voices really well, and it just made me laugh out loud because he'd just be like, he's just like, Boozer, I'm sneaking through this ripper camp, but I'm too tummy thick, and it keeps alerting the car. Oh no, my motorcycle is dummy thick, and the sound of the chopper keeps alerting the rippers.
Oh, dude. Man, when Boozer lost, I guess spoiler warning, but the game's been out for like a while now.
The one thing is that I guess you could do a spoiler warning, but the thing is, it's the journey of that game.
Yeah.
Like Bobby told me about like a weird zombie you run into later in the game, and honestly, it didn't it was still amazing because he just told me, oh, here's this zombie that shows up, and I'm like, neat. And then I was like, oh wow, the setup for this is really good and ambient.
Well, no spoilers because I'm still playing. But dude, when Boozer gets like his arm amputated, man, I expected to walk in with being like, I'm never gonna be able to ride again. But no, you walk in and he's like, hey, I don't know about you, but I could really use a hand.
It's one of those moments where occasionally you go through something, you're like, "Oh, I lost a hand or something," and then you're like,
Hand jokes.
"That's this is my life now, though. I'm gonna take this is my new normal. I'm gonna move my concept of self here, and there we go. Everything's fine. I just got a hook thing, and turns out he could totally ride later on. He just needs,
that's exciting.
He just needs something that allows him to move the gas.
Oh, well, that makes me really happy that he's able to ride later.
I'm pretty sure he can ride later on.
That's.
But yeah, it's all about getting the proper.
Man,
tool.
if I don't actually get to like ride north at the end of this game, I'm going to be very upset.
Well, that's the big question. Is you started out with the idea of riding north, but unlike God of War, where you start out and it's like, oh, I need to bring the ashes to the top of this mountain. In this game, you've changed so much that riding, when you think about it, riding north was sort of the representation. I'm getting a little too deep, but like riding north was your concept of, oh, we'll just like we have no connections here. Let's do our biker thing and just like keep heading north and see if it's safer there. But like through all of your trials, I think that you learn that there's something, not only something bigger going on in the world, but that the camps and such will help you, and that you've got important what's the word, stakes and roots or what have you.
Yeah, but does Tucker stop being shitty and does Copeland stop being preachy?
Which one is...
Tucker's like the slaver, basically.
Yeah, Tucker is terrible, and they should have had a mission where you just like straight up like shoot Tucker's camp.
Dude, I would
like just liberate the camp, because that's the dumbest thing about Tucker's camp is how everyone in the camp is like, oh, this is the way us running this like slave colony thing. It's the only way that we can survive. And then you look at the other camps that are clearly surviving and don't need to do that. Like, you didn't need the slavery to make the farms. You just needed people who had free time.
Right.
So if anything, they're trying to work towards like a massive surplus, but they're like burning through human lives doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, and it's so weird. And on top of that, this is the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing about their whole camp is that they're right next to the resort, which is completely unused. I'm like, bro, you could set up your camp in a literal like multi-story like building that like had minimal like freaker infestation. Like, it actually was kind of nice in there.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, but they could. I'm guessing they would eventually expand into there. But I thought that was so weird how it's like right outside of camp and it's like a bunch of nice buildings.
Yeah, it is weird.
Have you collected any of the postcards or anything?
But yeah, I think I have.
There's postcards. There's some collectibles in the game because it's one of those big chunky RPGs,
right?
Or one of those big chunky action adventures,
right?
So it's got collectibles, and I picked up almost all of the historical monument things.
I was talking to my job coach about Days Gone because he hasn't played it, and I guess he's a gamer person. He has a PS4. He likes Borderlands and stuff. He keeps saying he's gonna get the third game, and then keeps not getting it. I'm like, bro, get the third game.
Oh, Borderlands 3.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, like, it's not as good as the second game in terms of like story and characters and whatnot, but like, it's still just a really fun looter shooter game. And I like the Vault Hunters. But going back to Days Gone, I was telling him about Days Gone. I was like, yeah, I think like Last of Us, but like with a bike and more RPG.
I guess so.
Because Days Gone immediately made me think of Last of Us, like when I first started seeing like posters of it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's got like
that same sort of aesthetic to it.
It's got that
same vibe.
It's got that snappy intro. It's got fast zombies.
Yeah.
And it's got that sort of aesthetic where like a lot. I mean, that's the thing though, is that
it's
like,
also very much its own thing. Though.
Every time I talk about like talk about Days Gone, I feel like it came out around the time that I think the DLC for Last of Us came out, and so it's not like they were like competing, but it felt like it was like in the same era, you know?
Yeah.
Except like the weirdest thing is that even though Last of Us I hear
Wait a
like,
minute.
a lot more chatter about, Days Gone, like I honestly think Days Gone might actually be slightly better
Wait a
of
minute.
a game.
Wait a minute.
What?
How could the DLC have come out at the same time as Days Gone, and when Last of Us was on PS3?
Maybe. Oh, maybe it just. For some reason, I'm imagining it was.
Is that just because you played the DLC at around the time Days
That's
Gone
probably just
came
around
out?
the time I played it.
Because,
I
like,
forgot
that's a
that-
PS3 game originally, dude. You're playing the remastered version.
Ah, well then the remastered version was fresh in our minds.
Granted, I didn't play Last of Us until the PS4 version either, and holy crap, I played it and I was like, oh man, I missed out. I missed out so much on the PS3. You ever play a remastered game that you like didn't get to play on the previous gen console, and you're just like, man, how did I miss this?
I mean, look what we're doing right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what this game is.
I wonder what consoles was this original on?
I'd say Super Nintendo because it's a Capcom game, and I feel like they're like.
Nah, it wouldn't have been Super Nintendo. It's got too many colors.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I think it was
I don't
on mobile systems. I remember I had friends who, back in like high school, played
Probably mobile system of some
games.
sort. Although PlayStation has plenty of Capcom games too. I mean, they at least got like 3 that I know of. This one being one of them, and the other ones being like Devil May Cry and Mega Man X.
Every time I see Mega Man X, I think Mega Max.
Mega Man. Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hawkins. I'm in 2nd grade. Get the feeling this is going to be a long
Well, I've got a
day.
feeling that my house is kind of strange.
I got a feeling that tonight's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
be a good night.
You know, you went with the popular, the vastly popular pop song, and I went with the deep cut of a Batman Piderman episode, which was real catchy. It was their what was it, their season 3 intro. I
Baba.
got a feeling, and it's going.
I got a feeling that we're gonna be their buds. I got a feeling that we're gonna need more blood.
It's so funny how they're like harmlessly sinister.
Yeah.
Like, we are making a cookie pie. What do you need? We need an ingredient. What's the ingredient? Blood. And then it's just in the next episode, they're just eating a cookie pie together. I'm guessing they didn't actually need blood for that recipe because that it just would be a kind of a sucky pie.
Yeah, plus, I mean, what kind of, what if you got some kind of bad blood and you got like a bad blood disease?
It's what if you're Taylor Swift? You got bad blood.
We used to have mad love. Wait, was that Taylor Swift or was
Yes,
that?
it was Taylor Swift.
For some reason, I was thinking Rihanna.
Yeah, you see, Taylor Swift had an imbalance with the humors.
I don't get it.
Blood is one of the 4 humors.
What's a humor?
It's like, it's one of those old-timey, not science, anatomy things where it's like, yes, you have, I'm trying to remember what it was. Basically, there's blood and all the other ones are real gross.
Man, I heard that.
So compared to blood.
So what do red blood cells do? Do they just make blood red, or was it that like blood is blue in the body but turns red with supposed oxygen? Because I've heard multiple things.
Blood is never actually blue unless you were like
Well, that was a thing that I heard growing up.
It's actually I think it's actually your veins in particular. Certain veins can actually look that
What the
up.
fuck do red blood cells do? If white blood cells fight the bacteria, what do the red blood
They
cells
deliver
do?
oxygen to your cells.
So it is.
I'm not gonna bash you on this because our education system wasn't great.
Yeah, because like in EU Hack Show, they were like, yeah, well, blood is red because of red blood cells.
I mean, it's technically true. If you try to separate blood into its, I apologize for those who are squicked out by just the concept of blood. But if you like take the individual parts out, then it's not even gonna be red because all the red comes from the little red blood cells.
Well, and what is blood without red blood cells?
It's just plasma. Not to be confused with the ionic gas. It's just basically similar to a saline solution. It's basically mostly salt and water.
Huh.
Yeah. Turns out, and this is what blew my mind when I was in middle school.
Bro, we
science
gotta
class.
get through this episode.
No, high school science class. I learned this and it blew my mind, and I want to tell the audience.
Okay,
It
fine.
was basically what is the connection between what is the underlying principle of blood's existence itself,
I don't...
and it was seawater, and it's that from the dawn of like multicellular organisms that moved nutrients to their multiple cells through seawater. As things evolved, they just kind of kept that in their bodies. So the blood itself is just this miniature, like basically us just carrying an ocean that with us, so we can move our stuff around through our bodies.
Huh.
That's why. And I was like, that's. I mean, it sounds kind of dumb, but as in it serves the same purpose as it did in a bazillion years ago.
Cool.
Except it's a lot more specialized. It has very similar salt content, though. It's just a different kind of salt, though, that we have both different biological processes. And I was like, huh, that explains a lot.
Huh. Read your line.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. And listen here, you...
Now listen here, you little squirt. I have green hair.
Bro, if we had an editor, we could give him green hair for that moment.
Oh man, that'd be great.
And then suddenly there'd be like a ghost clown. What was the ghost clown thing again?
I don't
symbol of the fear of a thing and the ghost of the clown of a thing. And they're like, can you just leave? Okay, bye. That was weird.
Yeah. Read your line.
I did.
Oh. Well, I mean, I didn't hear it. You gotta put on it. Okay, there you go.
Witness. Cody.
He's having trouble with this gentle thing.
You were present.
His name is Edgeworth. Does that sound like someone who has any kind of gentleness with anything? Your name is Edgeworth.
Oh, the Edgeworth. You were present. You were at Global Studios on the day of the incident.
You got a problem with that?
Please tell us what you saw that day.
My fist heading straight towards your face! What?
I like to imagine that Cody is just like constantly throwing out fighting words at Edgeworth.
What? He's scrappier than he was in the last scene.
What, Pops? You want what, Pops? Who calls an adult Pops? Man, when I was 11 years old, I did not refer to people as Pops. That was never a thing I said. Did I just grow up in a weird neighborhood?
10 o'clock. Let's try.
Hey, look, man, you spent like 10 minutes talking about blood.
We go on our little side spiels.
What, Pops? You want me to tell you at Gramps with the beard over there?
Just, Mr.
Well, I did not do that.
Oh.
Sometimes it just does dialogue on its own.
That was...
Yeah.
Well, now I have to...
It's not the first time that's happened. It happened a lot.
We'll have to read it when it's on the screen in a few seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's already gone. The same thing happened with the weird pink cat lady.
Oh yeah, she was talking real fast.
Yeah. And Old Bag has done that too a couple
when
times.
She was on a rant.
Yeah.
It was just...
Catchy boy!
A very long day.
Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. Right, he was just carrying the camera this whole time. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission, if that's possible.
Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with the kid? And you lost?!
Because you did fight the gem, and you fought me, and lost. There's that moment in Steven Universe.
Hey, I just got this new camera.
Hey, check out my new camera. That's not a camera.
Hey man, check out my new camera. Oh hey man, that's pretty cool. Oh, there's no camera there.
Oh man, that was I mean the series is I think is still going. As If movie is still a thing, but like
Yeah.
when that came out, that was like
Yeah, every once in a while they
was it
pop.
2010 or something.
Yeah, every once in a while they upload a new video, and I'm like, oh, what new content have you brought us?
Every time I see on Twitter, there's that thing where it's like, I don't know how people do this because I've never used this function on my own comments, but there's like a comment has been like removed by the person or something.
Yeah, I've seen this too.
And I was like, ooh, fiddly-dee, what poor fool has failed to entertain the king? I really wish there was like a special multi-step process where you could click some buttons and you could see like what it was, because I want to know if it was something that was just like really mean or if it was something that was just really dumb and they just didn't want to see it.
I don't know, but don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go.
Did you have any like stuff as a kid that you would take with you everywhere and you would like freak out if you didn't have?
Yeah, before I even had a phone, I think I always had like a pencil and like a full-size like pink eraser for the most part. Like I didn't really have much stuff with me until, I don't know, maybe like senior year of high school, where it was like, oh yeah, now I have like keys and a wallet and stuff. Like
Right.
it's funny because you only start to use keys when you have a different schedule from your folks, or if you get your own place, and you only have a wallet when you have money and like forms of identification that you need to use. But when like you're a kid, you don't really need any of those. You just carry around like a pencil, and later on, like now kids have like usually have phones, but before that like era, just had empty pockets and they just put rocks in it or whatever.
Yeah, I got a rock. I actually used to collect rocks when I was a kid.
I got Rock Deluxe. That's just a polished rock.
Read your line.
We went to the Gem and Mineral Show. I got a rock.
Read your fucking line.
Phoenix. I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder.
Oh, he probably took a picture!
You'd better make a note of it in the court record.
Okay, hang on. Let me just get out my notebook here. Cody, camera.
It's like key evidence, but it's just got a big thumb in the way.
Very well, Cody. Oh wait, that's your line.
A thumb, like a finger. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the day of the incident. Witness testimony.
Thank you for that intro. It should be at the beginning of every
music yet, so I improvised.
That intro should be at the beginning of like every testimony that we do. When is this account?
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsals just once.
Losing my voice there.
I found a map on the internet and went to the studios outside out that day. Studios that day is what that said. I went through the woods. I went over the river and through the woods, and then to the studio I went.
So it turns out Grandma's house is just Grandma's kiosk with a security block.
I went through the woods, off the paths, so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way, though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shoot, I tell you.
A shot.
A shot, whatever. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studios, so I went home.
Oh, because you didn't have the card.
Yeah, I guess.
I was so deep in thought I forgot to Very well. Defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, talking to a child. He's just a little bab. He's a small boy.
His cheeks.
He's a peanut.
He's got like Pikachu cheeks.
He does.
This kid is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly. Yeah, I mean, look at him and then look at Will Powers. Will Powers was like, sniff, for Cody Hackins was like, oh, what, you want to go, old man?
He's a little too scrappy. On your mark.
He's young and he's scrappy. But has he eaten recently?
Yeah, because if he hasn't, then he's just like his country. He's young, scrappy, and hungry, and he's not going to throw away his shot.
Oh man, thank you. Thank you for that, dude. High five.
I was like, are you doing a Hamilton reference here? Are you setting me up for a Hamilton reference?
Oh man, thank you for yes-handing me on that. Oh, that was great. Brought to you by Captain LJ Burdock Studios. Or brought to you by Hamilton. This broadcast is sponsored by Hamilton. It's not.
Are you Aaron Burr, sir? No, I am the Aaron Burr Circer. Okay.
Oh, man. Okay, so I guess just press everything.
Usually when we're going through the cross-examination, we don't read out the individual lines. We just read the question.
Yeah. You really like the Steel Samurai, huh? Of course I do. I forgot how to talk. I've taped every show, and I go, oh my god, that takes me back to when I was a kid. I would tape all of my shows. I taped the Dragon Balls, I taped the One Pieces, I taped the Naruto's.
I just realized that like
with a cassette
modern
tape.
day like archives, like pirate archives, where they're like, oh, here's like every season of The Sopranos or whatever. Like that's kind of the digital version of like when people would tape the show and they had it on their home VHS.
Yeah.
Or like even if it's like nuked off the internet by the original company, like it still exists.
Yeah.
That's a preservation of media.
Excuse me.
Kind of amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And I got all the live performances. Can your mom afford that? That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park? Of course, duh. My dad always takes me. Oh, can your dad afford it? Poor dad. poor dad. My dad.
Looking for my dad.
Where's my dad? As I would see my dad. Hey, my dude, have you seen my dad?
I'm just imagining Kratos and Batman switching sons for like a weekend. Batman's just like, wow, you're like pretty even-tempered most of the time. And then Kratos is like, no, seriously, stop killing things. Stop it.
Boy, I will freeze you in place where you stand. Oh man. They get back together, they're like, hey, so how'd everything go with Atreus? Oh, fine, pretty good kid. How are things with Damien? Yeah, I'm not watching your kid anymore. He keeps killing things. Just everything.
No, he was able and eager in combat, but does not like my stories.
Can you imagine, like, what was his name? Mimir? Or whatever his name was? Telling stories to Damien? Oh, have I told you about when I was hanging out with Thor or whatever?
Yeah,
I don't know. Oh man, I imagine Damien would just, like, take a sword and try to put it through his head, but then Kratos would see him trying to do that, and he's like, hey, whoa, no!
Like, well, I could tell you that story, but you're much too young. And you're like, I am a full 12 and a half years old. I was raised by the League of Assassins.
It's just like, dude, look, man, I was, like, aged up to be, like, this super smart kid who can drive and knows all the languages.
I
know what
forgetting
sex
that he
is,
can, like,
right?
drive and stuff. Which, by the way, he's probably asked... Wouldn't that be funny if, like, that's how Batman can tell that Damien's been out? Is that the one thing he forgot is to move the seat back when he got out? Like he like wipes all the prints and stuff, but he forgot to adjust the seat back to like Batman's 6'2" body.
Alfred comes into Damien's room. He's like, "Sir, Master Damien, your father wishes a word." And it just goes to Batman's like in a chair, and he just like turns around slowly, and is like,
just Kevin Conroy was. You were using the car, weren't you?
"You didn't put the seat back."
How did you tell? You put the seat back. Real cramped in there.
Man, it was ridiculous. You ever seen like a 6-foot dude trying to fit into like a
It's like,
like
trying
a
to squash
4-foot kid size?
Trying to get Killer Croc into a Fiat.
Right.
I think that's the car I'm looking for. It's like a subcompact.
Yeah. Is it like a toaster car?
No, it's let me look that up real quick. It's a subcompact, so it's smaller than a compact, and it's basically just 2 seats, the motor, and like a very small trunk.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like the shape of the letter D.
It's very small.
I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the wood. Oh wait, I read that already. Oh wait, no, I wanted to press the thing before it. Well, whatever. Off the path.
Like the Fiat is sort of a compact, but I'm talking about
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna keep reading.
You were the Lions. I'm gonna get around.
Yeah,
to this.
you go ahead and do that.
Yeah, you know how the studios are in a valley there? If you go off the path a little, there's woods. That's where I was. The woods, I see. Anyhow, it was the woods I was in, I tells ya. I was going for the studio. Oh wait, no, I read that already. Fuck, keep doing that. Back here was where I want to do. Press.
Oh, the smart car, Smart 42.
Oh, smart cars! A friend of mine has a smart car.
Or something along those lines.
Was that day the first time you'd been to the studio? Actually, I've been a couple times. I never managed to get there on a rehearsal day, and that security lady's always yelling at me.
Right! She's just checking his phone. Right. Right.
Cut Stadgeworth, he's like putting his phone down. Oh, right.
I was playing Lawyer Clicker.
Lawyer.
Please continue.
Chill, Pops, let's get to it. How am I supposed to talk with you cutting me off all the time? Jeez, you need to...
Can you imagine Kratos watching this kid for a day?
No. I think he would just like be like, alright, go wander into the woods or whatever.
Probably.
I would say, oh my god, but there's none left.
Did nothing unusual happen on your way to the studio? Unusual?
Every time someone says something like nothing unusual happened, I just imagine it cuts to Cody and he's just like chilling. He's just like chilling on a seat somewhere, and then out of the corner of his eye, he sees like a pair of pants running on its own. That's unusual.
Those pants are way too big to fit anybody.
They're still walking as if they're being worn by smaller legs.
Oh my god.
There's a poltergeist wearing my clothes, and I can tell it's the poltergeist because it doesn't fit any of my clothes. It's inside, fuck.
They're here.
All right.
Did you see the? Did you see this monkey?
This monkey face?
Do you see this big-nosed monkey dude?
I mean, monkey's a bit of a stretch, you know.
Oh, you mean Mr. Monkey? Yeah, I saw him, but his head wasn't busted.
So you went straight for the studio.
Yep.
I got lost on the way though for about 30 minutes. Hold it!
You got. I like to imagine that, like, every time he presses, he's actually yelling at the small child very loudly. Hold it!
Hold it!
He's just like, my God, why are you yelling at me?
Not that much fun.
I'm only 11. You got lost in the woods.
Cody, age 12.
Oh, is he 12? I thought it was 11.
No, I was just throwing together the. It's like was it Robin age 12? It's like I will, due to this narrative convention, I will be referring to All-Star Robin as Robin age 12 every time.
Oh man, All-Star Batman.
Just watch Link
was
Cars
a
review.
trip.
Just go give him some views.
I would like to
He's
actually
a
read
good
it at
man.
some point in my life. Like, not now, but like
I'm sorry.
at some point, if I ever if I were to ever become like a stand-up comic book.
Just watch Link
Yes,
Cars
yes,
thing
yes.
of it,
But
though.
if I were ever to become like a stand-up comic book, I would actually read that from start to finish.
Stand-up
A stand-up comic. No, I would.
You
if
said
I was like a
stand-up comic book.
No, if I was a comedian, like some
Put some starch on it.
Man, shut up. No, if I was like a stand-up comic, then like one of the things I would do is read All-Star Batman from like start to finish, so that I could talk about how bad shit it is, like on stage, and be like, guys.
Its title would have just been Batman.
It's like, guys, let me paint a picture for you. So there's Batman. He's created. He like shoots people, kills everyone, right? Along comes Frederick Wortham. Comics Code Authority happens. Silver Age campy shenanigans, and you got Adam West. And then comes along a dude called Frank Miller.
It's the bat phone. I'm going to answer it with my Batman.
Yeah, and then comes along this guy, Frank Miller. This Frank Miller guy, he's a genius, right? He wrote this book. He brought Batman back to his dark roots and influenced Batman on like a wider genre. And then he just fucking lost his goddamn mind. Let me paint a picture for you.
Man and add Cornell.
Right? Oh man.
So,
Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way I was walking.
I met this like kid in a mask, and he's like, toot toot.
What
And
the
he's like doing a little elf dance,
fuck is that from?
and I kept going through a log, and it teleported.
Are you
me
doing
around.
Night in the Woods? What is this?
Oh no, I was doing the Skull Kid thing.
Skull Kid. Who's Skull Kid? What's he from?
Skull Kid, Legend of Zelda.
Oh, that
Technically,
guy!
he's not the only Skull Kid. There's multiple Skull Children, and the legend goes that, I mean, normally they don't have the Majora's Mask. They just have regular masks. And their lore is kind of spooky because it's like they're supposed to be kids who got lost in the woods, and they just like become eternal children who wander the woods. They're kind of spooky when you think about it.
That's really sad.
Yeah, it's yeah. Oh my gosh, this pen's broken.
Oh no. You gotta get a new pen.
What?
Man, was I relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next?
And then there was the Steel Samurai. Hold it.
The Steel Samurai? Yeah, he was standing by the studio gate. It looked like he was thinking about something before going in. Then he opened up the gate and went inside.
I see. What then?
What sort of bad guy was it? A guy? A person? Kinda tall? Skinny? Are you sure it was a guy? I don't know. He was kind of far away.
Huh. He's being awfully vague.
Thinking noise.
What's that?
Thinking noise.
Making noise.
What happened to the bad guy? Huh?
Well, he kinda didn't move not a bit, like he was dead. I guess he's a real pro. What a great actor. Yes, I suppose he was.
Does Cody not realize that someone's been murdered?
You know, I don't think he's internalized it yet. I
Huh.
don't think he's really understood it.
I have my camera. If you had your camera. You mean you weren't carrying your camera then?
No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it all the time.
Hold it!
Hold it!
Really? I guess seeing the killing freaked him out and he went home.
Phoenix. Remember, he's a child. Use gentle words, but be firm.
easy for you to say. It's like, Mia's like, man, he's only 12. Piglet pops out like, so what? I'm only 4.
But has Cody learned to dodge?
Wait a minute. We gotta present something, cause like, we're not getting anywhere. Let's present the camera thing. They said that was important.
It's the same music on your end, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, because it mentions that he has it with him all the time.
Right. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction.
Please don't penalize us for this.
Yeah, please don't. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
Exactly are that evidence and statements just now related?
They aren't, are they? Oh wait, do I have to be on the right dialogue in order for the...
Probably. Right. Just think of the facts over.
Cool.
Making accusations.
Penalized for an honest mistake. Cool, alright, I guess we'll go to the last
say
bit
that
of dialogue.
You've been penalized.
Penalized. Is it penalized or penalized? I don't fucking know. What's that?
Send an email. It's James the Pen, or it's underscore the pen is mightier at gmail.com. Alright, let me just write that. Oh, that is weird.
If I have my camera, alright, here's where I'll present the camera. Present. Ah, music stopped, you know it's right.
Oh, snap!
Cody,
Crackle
what
pop.
you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. What the hell is that face?
He got an egg face.
That is a Cody Hackett's Egg Fest. That may have been the most terrifying thing I've seen in this game.
I don't know. It's up there, but it's a little sillier.
Yeah. Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? What is this cocky pose he's doing with like his weird eyebrow?
The game.
He's like, oh yes, this is me being confident.
His eye or his brow always looks kind of big from this angle.
Yeah, it also looks like it's mutated, like it's like going up and then down and then up, like the
just the original artist of this game was just like, it was my first game, guys. This game is so critical.
Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right?
Mr. Wright, a word with you.
Uh-oh, was I putting the pressure on too much?
What is this digital camera contraption?
Digital style!
Digital style.
It's, oh fuck, you're old.
What?
What? What'd you say? Speak up!
Repeat that, Mr. Phoenix.
Dude, this one time I was messing with like some fast food cup or something in the car, and I was with my grandpa, and he like told me to stop making that noise, and I was doing it because, you know, I fidget a lot. Well,
Yeah.
not as much now, but like especially growing up,
with?
I was like fast food cup, like an empty cup.
Oh, were you like moving the straw?
Yeah,
so
like,
it's like
I was doing that kind of stuff, and he like told me to stop, and I was like, man, I thought you were hard of hearing, and I think I was like 15, 16 at this time. And there's like a pause, and he goes, "What?" And my grandma busted out laughing. it was pretty amazing.
It's a camera, but it's digital.
It's a digital style. It's a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that?
I see.
Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Shut up, Edgeworth.
Mr. Wright.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Looks up from his phone. How cruel you are! Sorry, I lost my accent here. Edgeworth. Doing Edgeworth. It's basically
Sidokaiba.
I have how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child, so...
I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court.
In case you can't tell where Jack's pointing right now.
Oh yeah, I was pointing at the screen like Ace Attorney over here.
What do you mean, or prosecuting attorney?
You heard me, Edgeworth. Well, Cody.
Did I stutter?
I'm sorry, did I stutter?
What? I was just imagining Cody, but he's like, what?
What? Yeah, so I had my camera. So what? You got a problem with that?
So, you did have a camera. And you use this camera.
Why would I use it? I was too busy watching.
Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching.
Oh, you didn't do the intro thing.
Babadoo-ba-da-ba-doo. Well, that was because there was an effects noise and everything.
Right. What I saw. Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai. He goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong, the Steel Samurai rolls.
Ah, is that all? Oh, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
I'm gonna cross-examine the shit out of this kid, but I'm gonna do it gently.
We're going to... I can't think of it. I'm gonna ask some questions. We're gonna get some answers.
Hold it. So why didn't you use it?
He's getting to that. Relax and listen.
I didn't use it because I was too busy. Oh wait, is this back to the test? No, it's not. I didn't use it because I was too busy watching the real thing. But I was glued to the action. Just gonna press everything. So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight? Yeah, of course. You didn't turn away? Not even once? No! Okay, then tell us exactly what happened. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wait, can I even... there's like 3 more things to press.
There's not really a...
So the bad guy attacked him first? Yeah. What sort of person was this bad guy? I'm doing like air quotes. I told you, a person. He was a person.
Well, that...
that narrows it down.
That narrows it down as it crosses out like a little outline of Chopper from One Piece. He wasn't some kind of anthropomorphic reindeer, man.
Like crosses out freakily. He wasn't some cyborg person.
He wasn't some.
He wasn't a weird skeleton or a fish man either. He was
crosses out like like the eternity thing. It wasn't an abstract concept.
How was he dressed? I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai.
Throw us a bone here.
Yeah, man.
Please. I see. And what happened next?
What happened next was Fina got down from his stand, went directly over to Edgeworth, and kissed him right in the mouth.
Oh. And then the man in the back said, "Everyone attack," and it turned her into a courtroom blitz.
What? Did you just make that up?
No, that's a twist on the ballroom blitz lyrics.
Oh,
it's less funny if I explain it.
Well, I've never heard of that before.
It's a thing, and now it's a thing about a courtroom.
Ah, well, cool. Everyone just starts dancing. Hey, everyone, freestyle.
Do they dance or attack? That interpretation is up to you.
Cody just starts doing like the worm and does like some spinning top stuff. Turns out he's like a professional break dancer.
Yeah. His sword just goes flying out of the scabbard.
It's like his
finally
special
comes
move.
out, but the worst time.
It's like his special move is making his sword come flying.
It flies out, it just lands in the corner of the room, someone trips over it. leading the courtroom blitz led to a dozen more lawsuits. It was a very busy day.
He just turns into like Steve Urkel, like, did I do that?
Yes, in a way.
Oh my god. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With the samurai kick and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that. He's still being vague about this. What? Don't give me that look, Pops. Can you please stop calling me Pops? How should I...
I'm gonna say wait and see what happens, because I feel like he's kind of tense. And I feel like... if he brings up more, like, contradictions, we'll just kind of press when that happens, but... Let's just chill on this, and see if we can loosen up a bit.
Alright, yeah. If I press too hard now, the judge might keep me from continuing. I'll sit back and see how the rest of this goes. Yeah, there's only like one last bit of dialogue, so you're not seeing a whole lot more. What did you do after the bad guy fell, Cody? Tell us about the bad guy, Cody.
Tell us about the dank memes, Cody.
tell us about the dank memes, Cody. The fight was so intense that I got kind of scared, so I went straight home. Something isn't adding up here. Something about this account doesn't seem right.
Phoenix. It doesn't seem right because he's being deliberately vague. Press him on the facts, Phoenix. Find out what he saw.
So, I should press him further on that other thing.
Great, I was wrong. You were right.
I mean, maybe. We'll see what happens. Press again. Why? And how exactly? Whoop! Still being vague. Alright, we're gonna press him harder.
We hit wait and see what happens, and we hit just cycle through.
He just goes up to Cody and...
Cody,
just...
music, jazz music stops.
Dude, it's like, I know, I'll press him on this. Just goes up to the witness and, like, boops him on the nose.
Done.
There, I pressed him.
There.
I'll press him even harder.
You haven't
Just
even
boops
touched
even
your dinner.
harder.
Slaps the spaghetti with his hands. There, I touched it. That's classic. It's classic comedy.
Cody.
Cody.
Well, what? Something's bothering me.
You're bothering me.
You're bothering me. Why
are you bothering
me? Before, you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah, so what? Yet, you missed the most important part.
What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated he saw what he saw quite clearly.
Can I just say, I really love Edgeworth's voice when he says objection.
Objection.
It's sounds very cool. Objection! You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap. Can we beam this? Just like this line right here.
I'm just gonna take a picture of that right here. You might want to hit the.
Yeah, I'm gonna screenshot this.
Yeah, just tap it. Don't. Yeah, and then.
All right. Just hold it down, right?
Yeah.
Or is that
There you go. You got it. You got it. One.
Okay. Good. Cool. My point is this. Oh wait, I said your oomph line.
Thanks.
I was good.
So your ventriloquism skills are improving.
Okay. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurai's fight, but you missed the most important part: the killing blow.
Oh look, he's on the box. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Order. Order. That's my line.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright. How could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital?
Well, that's the thing.
Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this.
Oh, good. I thought you were gonna say.
Why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight?
Oh, good. I thought you were gonna say something like, Phoenix, why are you being such a douche? And I was gonna be like, Mia, bruh.
Mamma mia.
Like, whose side are you on?
I wasn't picking that up at all, but
Well, I mean, it was just the face she was making.
hit the I read the line. I know you. You can figure this out. You beat all the Metal Gear Solid games. I know you can do this.
Hey, if you can beat Metal Gear Solid, you can beat anything. You're lying.
You collected all the feathers. Mr. Wright, your answer.
That's Assassin's Creed, isn't it?
Yes.
I actually did that. I got that out of Tori Cape, and you know what? Even though it made me notorious, I wore it anyway, because it looked fucking dope.
It'd be interesting if the cape both made you notorious, but also just did something absurdly useful, like I don't know, shot lightning or something weird.
Just random assassin lightning.
Yeah. Or like instead of it makes you notorious, but every target right as they're about to hit you gets hit by an arrow from off screen.
Yeah.
Okay, we've ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
He couldn't watch it. He was watching something else. Show evidence. I don't know.
He couldn't watch it.
He couldn't watch it?
That's what I
Really? Alright, we'll try it. Because he couldn't watch it. How could he calmly watch a murder taking place at his age?
Just a moment, please. One thing has become quite clear in this boy's testimony. He did not believe he was witnessing a murder. He was watching the Steel Samurai fight, like on TV. The more real the fight, the more real the fight, the more he would have watched.
Huh.
I have to agree with Mr. Edgeworth. Well, Mr. Wright, let's try this again. Let's pitch another ball, see if you hit it.
I guess because he was watching something else? Oh, what if he was trying to figure out how to make his camera work because he didn't know how to use it yet and he was trying to
Because he didn't know how to use it!
Yeah!
And he was messing with his camera and he was looking at his camera and then he missed it.
Yeah, yeah!
It's like that scene where Ronaldo is like, oh, this is cool, let me get a picture.
Oh,
and
yeah, and he like does
he puts in like the 9-digit code and he looks up and it's gone.
then she's like on it and he's like, no!
Wait till he hears that he missed a game of Steven Tag. It's like, bro, everyone's Steven.
Right. He missed the climax of the fight because he was looking at something else. Probably.
Something else? Probably. Probably something else? Probably.
I have another stomach for probablys.
More probablys means more human. More dead jokes means more human. Oh no, I dropped.
Oh no, he dropped his controller. He's been unplugged.
I'm back. Okay, hold on. Wait. I gotta stretch my shoulder a little bit. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. What could possibly distract this boy from watching his idol, the Steer Samurai?
They're turkledums!
The Steel Samurai fight. What do you claim he was looking at?
Oof.
Come on. I mean, I really like your camera theory, and I really hope we're rewarded for that.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what. Yeah.
It makes sense. If you just got the camera, you'd be fiddling around with it.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright? I was thinking about the camera thing. Please refrain from making base. Oh, come on! Just let us do.
Oh, come on!
Oh, come on!
Wait, maybe I gotta show the evidence. I gotta show them.
Honor. Oh, sorry. I'm reading your lines.
Yeah, your ventriloquism skills have improved marginally. Your Honor, I have evidence.
Evidence?
Evidence. Yes, Your Honor, evidence. Camera.
Take that!
Take that. Here's my proof.
What's that? Camera?
The witness stated that he recently received this camera.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation.
I'm aware of that too.
He just got it. Correct.
You hear the gears clicking in his head.
You see the wheels turning, the hamster's there, like, ah, ah! He's like guzzling down that water, running a fucking marathon up there.
You went way deeper into the metaphor than I was expecting.
Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Woo! Oh! That's,
I've got a Meowth coin as a mouth.
that's a weird egg. That's more like...
Yeah, it looks like a Meowth coin.
Yeah, it's a Meowth
like
coin.
a pill shape.
Meowth coin.
I'm sure there's a
Cody.
name for that shape. Hey, in the comments, tell us what the name of that
Like,
shape
like
is.
a
'cause
vertical oval, I guess. I don't know.
Vertical oval.
What?
Well, it's got flat sides though, so it's like a pill or it's like a what is the it's like an eclair shape, whatever that is, that shape.
Yeah, I guess. Man, I don't know. I don't know shapes. I failed geometry. I didn't fail geometry. I passed it, but it was like my worst subject. What's that? Right. Hey, I have forgotten everything that I learned in geometry.
I mean, I know shapes exist, but I'm not so sure
Like,
about.
I've never needed to find the
I'm
circumference
not sure
of
if
a
I've
circle.
ever met one.
Bullseye. He's my favorite Marvel villain. Well, one of them. Well, what's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on a little kid?
Immediately reverts to the swords.
Yeah. Pressing, not picking.
Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there's no way he could just stand there watching his hero
Oh, Mia.
and not take a picture.
Right. Cody. There was only the one reason why you would have looked away from the fight. And that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah.
Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again?
Right.
He's gonna wield the spear. Maybe he can.
Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, my assistant here means business.
Testify.
The defense would like
Oh,
to
hey,
request.
don't panic, but I dropped a single snack somewhere around here.
No!
So,
You dropped a fruit stack on the
Just
floor
let me know.
in this house, in this economy? Do you know what happens?
Aurora
Now all the weird
Borealis?
carpet creatures are gonna pop out, like, you get in the fruit snack and they're gonna spread from the carpet. They're gonna get all over
what
the
I'm
house.
saying is that
You've doomed us all!
I can't. Oh, there it is.
Oh, you mean like
It
one
wasn't-
fruit snack,
I
like
said
one
one fruit- I
single
said
fruit
one
snack? I
fruit
thought you meant
snack.
like a package of fruit
No, I
snacks.
mean like a singular fruit snack.
Eat it.
No, it's all dusty. I'm gonna eat it.
The defense would like to request that Cody Hackett's testify once more.
Sorry, I'm back here.
The
Very
judge
well.
is busy throwing away a single fruit snack. The judge is now coughing up his lungs.
Having trouble drinking water.
Judge, you okay there?
Yeah.
Do we need to take another recess? We should wrap it up here.
Cody. Oh boy. You please tell us about your camera. And why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Excuse me.
Welcome to the real world, kid. Oh, now he's crying. No photo?
Yeah, you're right, Josh. The shield hammer I had used in the game with the clashes that's the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture, but the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed that. That's all that happened. Yup.
These are some delicious fruit snacks. Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. Do you want to wrap it up here, or do you want to finish up this Cody thing?
I say we should wrap it up.
Alright.
It is almost 10 o'clock here.
Yeah, it is almost like a Taylor's
hey.
gotta get home. I gotta work in the morning.
I am quite excited for the next episode, which should be out, when? When are we doing the next?
Well, the next one is gonna be on Saturday.
So, what, like a couple days?
Oh wait, I can't save this until we. Oh, okay, there we go.
Oh,
now I can save.
wait, hold on.
I couldn't save it
We
when it was.
streams like yesterday and today, and now we're streaming tomorrow?
It's Tuesday. No, it's not Tuesday. It's Monday, and then Wednesday and Thursday, and then Saturday.
Yeah,
The
but
reason
today is
for
Friday,
that-
right?
Yeah, no, today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh, dang it. I need to fix the date thing on my watch.
So we'll see you here again on Saturday. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Thank you so much for joining us. I've been Taylor.
I've been Lou Jack.
I've been Taylor.
I've been Lou Jack.
And I've been Taylor.
And I've been Lou Jack.
I've been Taylor.
And I've been Lou Jack.
I've been Taylor.
I've been Lou Jack.
I've been Taylor.
I've been Lou Jack.
I've been Taylor.
I've been Lou Jack.
I've been
I've been Lou Jack. Just turns into like one of those superhero cafe bits. I'm Batman. I'm Mario.
I don't remember that.
Dude. Have you not seen this?
No.
It's like, have you seen the how it should have ended videos?
No.
They do like a bunch of parody videos on how they think it would have been funnier for movies and stuff to have ended.
Yeah, I've seen
And, like-
that, but I don't remember the...
Yeah, that's a little bit that they do like, where sometimes they'll like show up and talk to Superman and Batman, and they're like explaining their whole story to them, and Batman's always like, I'm Batman, and like other people will show up and say what their names are, and they gets into like a fight with it. Like Ant-Man did it once. He was like, I'm Ant-Man. What? You can't say that. That's my thing.
Oh, I have to... That's why, because it's set to the 3rd for some reason.
Oh. Anyway, I'm Lou Jack. That's Taylor.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Take
Take care.
Stay awesome.
Have a beautiful day.
And we'll see you next time. Bye!